Greetings, class. This is part two of the assignment in Chapter 7. This is the PowerPoint assignment, and tonight I'm going to show you a couple of things to do in PowerPoint that are just slightly different from the assignment that's in the book. You can either do it my way or as it's listed in the book and just follow those instructions. But I will say, as I usually say, one of the things that I will show is how to single source your styles and content um, using the master pages. So we'll get started. So what you'll first need to do is obviously open up the VT Chapter 7 PowerPoint file. You can find that on the Blackboard website in the Chapter 7 folder under Assignments. And go ahead and open that up and then rename the document as last name, first name, Chapter 7 PowerPoint if you so desire. And if you go ahead and do these assignments or do anything with this, it's great for you to post that up on Blackboard later on, so you can get a little extra credit towards your grade. So let's get started. In any case, the step 2 says that we're going to apply the basis theme to the presentation. And before we get going on that, I am going to jump into the View menu or on the View tab here and then click Slide Master. Because if you look at step 4, they ask you to create the placeholder and or actually bold the content that's in the placeholder. But in this case, I'm going to click from the master, click that subtitle style, and then I'm going to go back to the Home tab, and I'm going to change that to Arial. I'm not a big fan of Calibri, so anytime I see that, I get rid of it. And then also I'm going to press Control B. Well, that's not working. I'm going to go ahead and press the bold button to bold that content. And then just so everything's consistent, I'm also going to change the master title style to Arial. And then I'm going to go down to this first slide, which in the master is actually the second slide. So you have your title slide, which it's labeled, and then your second slide, which it describes title and content. You can see that it's used by slides 2 through 4, so we know that any changes that are made to the slide are going to be applied also in the deck itself. So here I'm going to change that to Arial, and then also change this one to Arial. And you'll notice in here, in the font size box, that there's a little plus sign that means that the largest font size is 20. I'm sorry, actually the smallest font size is 20, and all the way up to 32. So PowerPoint just takes the smallest font size that's available on the slide and then adds a plus to it, showing that there are larger font sizes available for that particular slide. So now to get out of this, those are all the formatting changes I'm going to apply to this particular slide. But beforehand, I am going to apply the theme that they're recommending in the master, so that my master layout is, it has the actual theme applied. And you'll see that goes across all of the content throughout each and every slide in the master. And you'll also see that one thing that it does here is it changes some of the colors, and we can go ahead and work with this. But this is good for now. I'm not going to get too crazy in updating. Although I'm not wild about these this blue against blue, so I will go ahead and change this font by going back to the Home tab, and Also, I noticed that this is also using Century Gothic, so I'm going to go back to Arial on this and change this font to white. By clicking the font color button and changing all those to white. Now to get out of this, I'm going to go back to the Slide Master button or tab and then close the master view. And you see that all of those changes have now been applied throughout the deck. So one thing is, actually I'll just do it on the fly here, and we'll go ahead and add the subtitle first name, last name. And I'm going to press Control A to highlight all of that, and then Control B to make that bold. All right, and one thing we can, the other thing that it asks you to do is to actually change the variant in this. So we can look at the additional variants that are available. I think I'm going to stick with the blue in this case. And you'll also notice that it asks you to apply the basis theme. I am working off of a corporate laptop, so it very well could be that they've removed the basis theme from my system for some reason or another. You may have it, or you may not. There is a place that you can go to search for more themes online. Google's a good place to start, but if you go to the office.com website and or type in Google Office templates, PowerPoint, and it will bring you to a page where you can browse by product and for all kinds of templates for PowerPoint, Word, and Excel. So I'll close that window out, get back to work here. So next step in step 5, it says we need to type a few things. So it says cable, DSL, fiber, satellite, and cellular. Now this is kind of a funky slide design. Because it asks for the title down here at the bottom, but you'll notice that actually if we click the preview button, it doesn't show up. So we'll go ahead and leave that alone. And let's see, next thing is to change the bullets in this to star bullets. So I'm going to go to the home key, or the home tab, and we're going to use star bullets by going to the bullet icon, click the drop down arrow, and choose star bullets. The line spacing, they want you to change this from the default of 1 to 2. And the next thing that we're going to do is go to slide 3, and it says that they would like you to type cable in the title placeholder on slide 3, and then DSL and the placeholder on slide 4. Also says that it would like you to add 4 new slides. So 1, going up to the new slide button, 2, 3, 4, and click the new slide button 4 times. We'll go ahead and return to slide 4. We're actually in slide 5. So we'll type in fiber on slide 5. Satellite on slide 6. And on slide 7, type in cellular. Okay, on slide 6, it asks you to add the downloaded image that comes with this assignment. So that's VT Chapter 7 Image 1 JPEG. So one way you can do this is just you should have some of these icons showing up in the text box here. So go ahead and click the pictures one and go to wherever you downloaded those. And I'm going to PowerPoint. I actually have this twice. So we'll go ahead and select one of those and choose Insert. Look, isn't that fancy? It says satellite and then there's a picture of satellite. Wonderful. Now, apply window transition to all slides with a duration of 2, I guess that's 2 seconds. So we're going to go ahead and highlight all of these and go to the transition button. And let's see. I'm actually not a big fan of the window transition personally, which is right here down at dynamic content. But we'll go ahead and stick with it. I tend to prefer something more subtle like a wipe or perhaps a split. The big thing about transitions is they look nice once, but after every single slide, if you have a very large deck, they take up time and they actually reduce learner retention. So if you're designing content that you want people to learn from, you probably don't want to apply those. But because the book's telling us to do it, we'll go ahead and choose wipe. And then we'll bump up the duration to 2 seconds. Okay, on slide 8, they want us to change this slide to being a title-only slide, and you can right-click that deck in your window in this film strip over here on the left-hand side, and choose Layout, and then choose Title Only. And at the bottom there, if you have used this particular layout, you can type in IT Services. And they want us to center that title. I am not going to center it because that's going to look horrible in this layout, but I will bump up the size to, let's say, 72, just like it says in the book. And finally, it says insert the page number and the footer, first name, last name, on the notes and handouts pages. So to do that, I'm not going to formally do that in this deck. I'm going to go back to the View tab. I will show you where it's at. And we're going to need to add that here. So you've got page numbers down here. I need to zoom in a little bit so that we can actually see what's going on here. And here we are. Okay, so you get to the Notes Master and you'll be able to see that there's a header, and you can either deselect these or select them, depending on whether or not you want them. And then you change your footer to read first name, last name. Now, in your case, you're probably going to want to put your actual first name and last name and bold it, as they said earlier. This is a demo, so I'm just using first name, last name. So the page number is already there and it is selected so that it should show up. We'll go ahead and close the master view. And then the other place that it asked for us to do this was the Handouts Pages. So once again, we'll go to the View and go to the Handout Master. And in the Handout Master, you see you have a header and a footer. So we'll go ahead and once again choose or type out first name, last name, and don't type it dyslexically. And then choose Close Master View. Go back to the normal view. Click your preview button. And if this were small, you could see that everything worked out okay. I can't really shrink the full preview button into my recording screen, but that's it. One of the things you'll notice, you know, as I always mention, it's always good when you can create content that can be edited in one place rather than all over the place, in which case you need to learn how to use these slide masters very well. So just to prove my point, we'll go ahead and add a different theme to all this content. Close the master view, and you see how this content is now aligned to this new theme across the board. All right, well, I hope you learned something tonight, and thank you for watching, and good luck.